Welcome to my channel and part 4 of my bioidentical hormone replacement journey video series that I'm doing. I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm just an average South African woman. I am 41, almost 42, and I believe I'm in perimenopause based on some tests. And I encourage you to go back to video number 1 and watch, but just to recap why I'm going on a bioidentical hormone replacement journey is that I haven't been feeling myself for a while. I've been battling with low energy, but it's kind of like mental energy and energy to just do normal things. I have gone through a rough period in my life 2 years ago. Also in 2016 my father passed away, so there was that, and then things didn't work out with me and my son's father, and so it's been a rough, turbulent time. I won't go into all of it, but it really has been a rough time. But I've been having night sweats, not super regularly, but regularly enough that around the time of my cycle, on the odd occasion I've woken up drenched, where I've had to wring out my pajamas. So I decided finally now to go and see a doctor. 2 weeks ago I went to a doctor who specializes in, or recommended to me by a woman. He's very good with bioidentical hormones, and he had sent me for blood tests, but we had for some reason forgotten to test progesterone. If you recall from watching the other videos, my testosterone was way low, so he put me on a testosterone. It's a gel cream that I had to rub in to my skin. That was 2 weeks ago. I've been on this for 2 weeks, and I also have been on half an IU of human growth hormone, HGH, which he was happy for me to be on half an IU just at night to see if it would raise any other hormone levels. And then we had tested that my thyroid, TS4, was low. He wanted to maybe prescribe a thyroid medication, but I said, can we just hold back? And I went on to a natural supplement for thyroid, which I'm glad I did, because this time it's come back at 14. 2 weeks ago my thyroid was 12, so within 2 weeks it has raised a bit. So let's look at my tests back then and my tests now, and we'll see how my hormone levels have changed or stayed the same. 2 weeks ago we tested my estrogen, my estradiol. That is there's 3 kinds of estrogen, if you didn't know. And the estradiol is the one that drops before you hit menopause. Mine was fairly low last time. We've tested now again at day 20 of my cycle, which is what he wanted, which is, I think, the ovulation phase. And it's come up nicely to within a normal range, still on the lower side of normal. So it seems like all my levels are low. Maybe I'm just a low kind of girl. So my estrogen though is not too low. I'm not in menopause, but my progesterone, which we hadn't tested before for some reason, is very low. So low it's almost unmeasurable. So this time the doctor prescribed me progesterone gel as well to rub on, just like I do with the testosterone cream. And he said we can't boost my estradiol now because it's not low enough, but this we can start using. We also tested DHEA, which according to the research I have done, limited though it may be, DHEA is like the mother hormone or the precursor to your other sex hormones. The doctor said he was hesitant to put me on, but because it can raise your body temperature, and I'm dealing with night sweats. But I'd said to him, well, during the day I feel the cold, like my hands and my feet, I'm pretty much always cold in my nose. So I said I'd actually like to warm up during the day and then cool down at night, right? And I only get night sweats like just before my period. So I talked him into prescribing it, but he said what he wants me to do now, I'm on the testosterone cream, which I need to lower the dose every second day because now my testosterone within 2 weeks is now testing high. And so he wants me to be on progesterone and testosterone at a slightly lower dose for a month, see how I feel. So we're going to just put me on that. Those are my 2 low sex hormones. The DHEA did test low, but it's still within the normal range of low, although we could triple my reading and still be within normal. So he's given me the capsules, but I must take that in a month's time so that I can see what is working for me and what's doing what and how I feel. I also got my cortisol tested. It's a morning cortisol test. That came back normal, so that's fine. I don't know if you remember in one of my previous videos, I was saying that I was feeling symptoms of high and or low cortisol. So if I was reading Dr. Sarah Gottfried's book, The Hormone Cure, and her symptoms, if you read the questionnaire on high and low cortisol, a lot of those I'm experiencing, but those could be due to other things like my low progesterone, low testosterone, low who knows what else. My thyroid hormones are obviously pumping out, but not high enough yet. So we'll see what balance and what fixes. With all this that I'm doing, I am an avid researcher, and this is why I'm making this videos, because I want my experience to help and benefit you if you're also going through things. So did you know that your hormones affect almost every function in your body? They affect how you sleep, they affect your appetite, your weight gain and weight loss, your mood, your brain activity and brain fog, how you think, how you feel about life, your attitude towards life, your energy, your muscle tone, your sleeping and your waking cycles, your sex drive, your reproductive cycles, your fertility, everything. Yeah, your growth. Sorry, there's a fly here, which is going to bug me. So much is affected by hormones. So I did a little bit of research for this video because it's interesting. I want you to feel the best that you can feel, because I am noticing a little slight improvement now that my testosterone is up to where it should be. I feel better. Nothing hectic, nothing that I can say, yes, I'm feeling amazingly this. It's more just a general improvement. So I went on to hormonehealth.co.uk, nerd buff that I am, and it says that hormones regulate appetite, metabolism, sleep cycles, reproductive cycles, sexual function, body temperature, and mood. So they're very, very important, and this is a subject that I don't think many of us talk about. And as a woman, let me tell you, as early as my 40th year, I have started feeling that something is going a little bit off. When there is an imbalance is either too much or too little of a hormone. It can affect your health and well-being. Did you know that the decline in hormones that women go through over perimenopause and menopause affect our bones? So as our estrogen, which is the estradiol estrogen, as that drops, we can lose bone. So if our hormones are out of balance, it can affect mood, stress levels, body temperature, weight, your interest in life, leg cramps, brain fog, brain energy, sleep. Things that affect our hormones that we have control over is diet, exercise, breathing, and stress management. Healthline.com said that 99% of the time, imbalances in our hormones, especially if they're not related to something like puberty or menopause, can be attributed to stress. And stress can also be called overstimulation. This is something that I am learning, and it's something that I have always said, modern life, even when it's calm and relaxed, is always very busy. So I feel a lot of us are overstimulated. I mean, if you just walk into a public space, a mall, you look at people's faces, you can see the stress going on in people's brains. I can feel it in my own brain, and I can see it. The average age, according to healthline.com, is of hormonal imbalances being reported by women is 36, which is kind of young. So clearly our lifestyles are stressing us out and causing us to take a knock to our hormones. And if I think about myself now and my own life, I think my hormonal dips must be due to stress, emotional stress. As I said, my father passed away in 2016. I've had major life upheavals. 2013, 2016 my dad passed away, and now recently when my son's father and I split, it was devastating, the hardest thing I've been through. Things that can affect your stress, your hormonal levels as well. Too much exercise, especially cardio, so that can knock your hormones down. Too much sugar, white flour, we know all this. Bad quality sleep or not sleeping. Caffeine and alcohol. Too much screen time, electronic stimulation. Toxic people in your life. And then I would add grief, death, loss and divorce, which are things I've been through. So when we were looking at my test results with the doctor today, I asked him, why is everything so low? What could it be? And he said, have you been through emotional stress lately? Because that can do it. And held to the yes, like I just said. You know, I've been on a roller coaster for the past 8 years, decade maybe. So let's think about that properly and think about this in your own life. Yes, you can think positive and you can build yourself up, and I've always been a big believer and a follower of meditation techniques and Eckhart Tolle and being in the present, and I've been to the Buddhist retreat center, and these things are wonderful. So I've never thought that I was a stressed out or prone to stress person. I've always seen myself as very calm, and on the surface I put that out there. I appear very calm. I don't know if you do the same. And I've always thought, well, I'll never let stress get to me. But surprise, surprise, look what's happened. I go to the doctor now and my hormones are all out of whack. So it's been a bit of a wake-up call, and I want this to be your wake-up call if you're watching and you're feeling out of sorts. Please go and get yourself tested if you can. If you can't, you're going to have to try and just trust your gut here, but I really recommend save up or use your medical aid or find the funds to find a doctor and get tests done. It really is the best money I've spent so far, because I feel like I'm getting answers now, and I feel like, you know, I've always been very good with my diet and exercise, and when that hasn't been working now, what more is there for me to do? You can only eat healthy and exercise to a degree, and then you're screwed, you know. So I feel that the message of this video is that you need to look at your emotional life and the stress that you do have, and not bury your head in the sand like I've been doing. I thought, well, I'm such a calm person, I take time out, I try not to overtax myself, I do try and meditate, but with that comes the stress of trying to meditate or finding the time to do it. So this is my journey and where I'm at now. We're going to see what's going to work. I encourage you to take your own health into your own hands. And my last little bit of advice, I'm a single mother. I am my son's safety and security. If I'm irritable and not sleeping well, not feeling well, grumpy, moany, groany, creaky, achy, sore, whatever, brain fog, that's not good for him. Moms, it's not good for your little ones. Take care of yourself. Put yourself, you have to, I know we all say this, there are memes about it, we hear it a lot, but you have to put yourself first. Looking after a mom really does look after the children and the family. Same with dads, but I'm a woman and I'm talking to women. Please look after yourself. I hope this video has helped you. I hope what I'm sharing about what I'm going through is going to be a little bit useful to you. I'm not giving you the the ranges, the milliliters per deciliter, whatever, because I'm talking from South Africa. You may be getting your test done in America or Australia or the UK, but the doctor will explain the ranges to you. My tests come with the normal range written, and then it shows you what my result is. So it's pretty easy to understand. You can always do Google research on normal ranges, and you can find out what the units of measurement are. That's something I've also done. But I encourage you to take the time to take your health into your hands. Get the knowledge, please. Educate yourself. And hopefully this was useful to you. And I am starting to feel a little bit better, and I think things will continue in a good way now that I've got a doctor that I can be open with, I can talk to, and we shall see how things go. And just on a side note, I bet you're all wondering, has the testosterone boosted my drive? I would say slightly. Again, as I say, the feeling is very mild and subtle. I just feel like I have a more sustained energy in general, which is a good thing. I will see what the progesterone does, and apparently the DHEA affects sex drive. That's what the doctor said. So obviously I'm keen. I want to start these tablets now, but I will wait a month and do that whole seeing how the progesterone goes first, and then that, and then we shall see. And then he wants to see me after 2 months, by which then I'm sure I would have done one more update, and I'll do another update for you then. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I know that I'm just one woman on the internet, but it's time now to start sharing and helping, because we're all living this life, trying our best, trying to make the best of it. And I really want you to feel your best, because it does. It's important. That will help your children. It'll help the world. Be well, stay blessed. Mwah.